Li Qingyue had just stepped out of Bai Juicy's courtyard when she felt an odd chill behind her. The kind that whispered trouble even before trouble said hello. She turned around slowly, only to find Fan Linger leaning against a pillar with a smile that looked friendly. If you ignored the part where it clearly wasn't. Fan Linger twirled a jade pendant between her fingers. Her expression sweet enough to rot fruit, but her eyes sharp enough to slice steel. Li Qingyue instantly knew that whatever was about to happen would not involve small talk or tea. Fan Jiao appeared from behind her daughter, panting, as if he had just sprinted across 9 heavens trying to stop something dangerous, but unfortunately, arriving only when the disaster had already introduced itself. Kangtu, who had been tracking strange spiritual fluctuations nearby, stepped into view just in time to hear Fan Linger casually suggest a little duel for fun, which, in her dictionary, translated directly to attempted murder. Li Qingyue blinked at them all innocently, the way only someone who had absolutely no idea she was in mortal danger could blink. Before the situation exploded, Ningyan rushed in like a gust of angry wind, holding a fruit basket that she immediately threw aside. Once she sensed hostility thicker than demon fog. Ying Tongzi peeked out from behind Ningyan, munching on a fruit he had stolen from the basket and clearly confused about why everyone was glaring when food existed. Fan Linger laughed lightly, took one step forward, and released a wave of spiritual pressure so sharp that Ying Tongzi instantly dropped his fruit and hid back inside a cabinet like a traumatized squirrel. Li Qingyue steadied herself, remembering the training Bai Juicy had given her, even if half her techniques still looked like decorative hand gestures. King to move protectively in front of her, his voice low as he warned Fan Linger that the heavenly court did not look kindly upon unprovoked attacks inside sacred grounds. Fan Linger ignored him entirely, raising her hand as a shadowy aura curled around her fingertips. The same aura she once used to kill demons twice her size. Li Qingyue braced for impact, but instead, Fan Jiao launched himself forward and wrapped both arms around his daughter's waist, lifting her off the ground like a struggling wildcat. Fan Linger kicked and flailed in the air while screaming that Bai Juicy had been stolen from her. That fate owed her revenge, and that Li Qingyue's face alone was already a crime against all women. Ningyan rolled her eyes so hard that Li Qingyue worried they might fall out, then grabbed Li Qingyue's wrist and dragged her several paces back to safety. Kangta took advantage of the chaos to seal Fan Linger as Shadow Aura, not because it would hold for long, but because 3 seconds of silence would be nice. The moment Fan Linger's feet touched the ground again, she pointed at Li Qingyue with a trembling finger and declared that, if she couldn't win Bai Juicy's heart, she would at least win by humiliating Li Qingyue. Li Qingyue, who wasn't even sure what the competition was, simply tilted her head and asked, "When what, exactly?" Which somehow made Fan Linger even angrier. Bai Juicy finally arrived late, elegant, annoyed, and radiating the kind of calm that only someone used to saving his wife from daily disasters could maintain. He assessed the situation, sighed deeply, and asked if everyone could please stop trying to kill each other before breakfast. Fan Linger froze completely when Bai Juicy turned his gaze to her, because no matter how fierce she pretended to be, the man's authority had always crushed her rebellious spirit like a bug under a boot. Bai Juicy stepped to Li Qingyue's side, silently pulling her closer with a protective gesture subtle enough to be polite, but intimate enough to make Fan Linger's heart crack like thin ice. Fan Jiao immediately apologized for his daughter's behavior, bowing so fast and so repeatedly that Li Qingyue feared he might pass out. Ningyan patted Li Qingyue's shoulder proudly, whispering that causing chaos this efficiently was almost an achievement. Ying Tongzi finally crawled out of the cabinet and complained loudly that all the spiritual pressure had made his fruit taste sour. Fan Linger shot Li Qingyue one last burning glare, promising silently that this battle wasn't over. Not while she still held the power of shadows and the stubbornness of 10 oxen combined. But Bai Juicy wrapped an arm around Li Qingyue and walked her away without another glance. leaving Fan Linger there trembling with bitterness as new schemes formed behind her sparkling, furious eyes. Ningyan, Kangtu, and even Ying Tongzi followed after Li Qingyue like a strange little army, determined to keep her safe even if the heavens themselves tried to interfere. And though Li Qingyue didn't say it aloud, she sensed clearly that Fan Linger's next move would be far more dangerous, far more desperate, and far more unexpected than anything she had attempted before. As the group disappeared down the corridor, a shadow detached from the wall behind Fan Linger, going to her silently, awaiting her next order with chilling patience. Fan Linger smiled not sweetly, but like a storm preparing to strike and whispered that the game had only just begun.